Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Welcome back with me Mr. Asep. Today we're going to continue the meetings of transactional speaking. But before that, I'd like to say stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home for all of you everyone. The topic of this meeting is expressions of asking and giving directions. I'd like to ask you, have you ever asked for directions or even given directions for someone? Maybe you will give or you will sometimes ask for directions whenever you come to the new place. Although we have like applications such as Google Maps or something like that, we do not need to ask someone, but still the expressions of asking and giving direction is important because sometimes when we do not use the tools or the software or applications, we need to do these kinds of expressions. Besides that, there will be also response how if someone asks for directions to us, then it relates to Indonesian's character as well when asking and giving directions. You may look at the picture here of the way people ask questions about directions and also the way they give directions. This is the first one, or this is the second one, or even this one is kinds of directions when we go to somewhere. Let's move on to the next slide, everyone. This is the examples of the expressions of asking and giving directions. Look at the dialogue between Adi and Anna. Adi and Anna, you may look at the map or the mini map here between Adi and Anna. Can you see? Adi and Anna are here. Adi want to ask for directions to Anna. Let's analyze the dialogue. Excuse me, how can I get to the fire stations? So Adi wants to know the locations of fire station. Anna, go straight on Main Avenue until you find a T-Junction. Then look at the map. Anna says that go straight on the Main Avenue. You can see here the Main Avenue until you find a T-Junction. Okay, this one is a T-Junction. T-Junction when you find the intersections or pertigaan in bahasa Indonesia. Then turn right on Oak Street. Nah, this one is turn right to Oak Street. The fire station is on your left. Okay, the fire station is on Adi's left hand. Adi says, thank you so much. Don't mention it. This is the simple dialogues of asking and giving directions. But from this dialogue, we can find several expressions. First of all, when we want to ask for directions, please, you have to, ask the permissions from the informants from the people you want to ask by having the expressions like excuse me. Okay, we find the expressions like excuse me here. It's very important. In bahasa Indonesia we say misi mas or misi mbak, misi pak, misi bu. We have to ask for permissions atau permisi dulu ke yang akan kita tanya. This is important. So stay or start it with excuse me first. Okay, excuse me. This is the first expressions asking for permission. Then the next one you can ask for directions by asking how can I get to? How can I get to? Blah blah blah. How can I get to the fire station? How can I get to the other places like the library, the post office, the police station? Okay. How can I get to is the very common expressions to ask for direction. After excuse me, you can directly ask the way you want to go. Then the next one, Anna says, Go straight on Main Avenue. Remember, we have to use verb 1 because it is instruction. Okay, instructions asking someone to do something, like go straight on. And the next one, turn right. Okay. Go straight on, turn right. All of them are using basic form. Yeah, basic verb form. Go straight, turn. Okay. The expression is using imperative or asking someone to do something. And after you find the expression of giving direction, and if it is clear for you, please also don't forget to say thank or to thank the informant. Thank you so much. Thanks a bunch. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much, for example. Do not directly go, yeah. If you have got the information, you directly go. It is impolite. Please show our politeness. Okay, tunjukkan kesopanan kita ketika kita bertanya. Kalau kita bertanya diawali dengan permisi, diakhiri dengan terima kasih. Okay, this is also the same in English. After you ask and also know the directions, say or thank the informant or the people you ask for directions. Thank you so much. Then Anna says, don't mention it. Don't mention is the same expressions of you are welcome, sama-sama ya. Have you known these expressions? Okay, please use this expression instead of like you are welcome, you are very welcome, something like that. You can use also don't mention it, no problem, never mind. Okay, something like that. Okay, so we have several expressions here. The first one is the use of excuse me, and then this is the first one. The second one, you can ask for directions, and the third one, you may know how to give directions. The fourth one, you have to thank. You have to thank the informant. And the optional one, when you want to give directions, sometimes you can also use transition, like then, after that, finally. Example, go on to the main avenue. After that, turn right. It's also okay. So it gives the clear, explanations about what you are going to do if you give transition direction. But it's okay. It is only optional. Is it clear enough for you all? Okay, now we are going to analyze the expressions of asking for direction first. The common expressions of asking for directions, we may start with how do I get to? Okay, how do I get to? Or you may also use how can I get to blah blah blah. How can I get to campus? How can I get to the mall, for example? You can use this expression. Or you may also use can you show me the way to? Can you tell me? Is there a blah 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 around here? Is there a mall around here? Is there a market around here? What is the best way to? Okay. What is the best way to the campus? What is the best way to the police station, for example? Where is the police station? What is the closest ATM, for example? I'm looking for ATM, can you help me? Or the other expressions focusing on asking for directions you may use. And the next one is we can also give directions in several ways. You may start it with go straight on blah 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 street or avenue. Street and avenue are basically the same. Go straight on means you skip on that road. Lurus terus gitu ya, go straight on. Go along across or go along and then cross, something like that. Go to the corner of. To the corner means to the intersections like persimpangan gitu ya. Go to the corner. Turn left, turn right, for example. Pass the blah blah blah. Pass the bank, pass the market. Lewati bank, okay. Lewati sungai, lewati gunung, mendaki lembah, Ninja Hattori. Okay. Or you may also use take the first road on the left, take the second road. If you want to go to the certain road, you may also use the expression of take. Take the second road or take the first intersection, first crossroad, something like that. It's on your left, on your right, blah blah blah. This is the way you want to give direction in several ways. And also there are many expressions you may use focusing on giving directions. And here we have also several useful verbs when you want to give directions. First one is like turn left, turn right, because there are only two turns in the road, either left or right. Okay. And you may also use go straight ahead or go straight on. Go past. Go past means if you pass a building, you may say go past. Cross, like cross this one. So, okay, cross, menyeberang. And the next one, at the corner of. This is the prepositions of place. You may also use the prepositions of place, keterangan tempat. For example, you can see a building here. A is at the corner of this one. At the corner of, for example, jalan A and jalan B, for example. This is at the corner, di persimpangan. Next, we have next to. Next to is almost the same as beside. So, for example, A is next to B, B is next to A. Next one, we have also opposite. Please remember to pronounce it opposite, not opposite. Yeah, opposite is incorrect way. Please say it opposite. Okay, opposite means we have to cross something first to go to the other place. So B is opposite A or A is opposite B, for example. This is what we call it as di seberang. Next is between. If you say between, please put two things after that. For example, B is between A and C, for example. Okay, B is between A and C. And the next also important informations when we can give directions. First of all, of course, we have traffic light. The traffic light when it shows like red, yellow, and green. Next one is crossroads. Crossroads, some people say is also intersection when two streets meet each other. Okay, this one is the crossroad, perempatan in bahasa Indonesia. Okay, next one is T-Junction. T-junctions when you can find the end of the road comes to the other road. We call it T-junction. Why do we need to call it T-junction? Because it's similar to the letter T, okay, the letter T. So we call it T-junction. Next one is roundabout. Roundabout here, sometimes we do not find traffic light in roundabout because it is round. In the middle of the street of the crossroads, we have roundabout. Bundaran, we call it roundabout. It's like the roundabout near Andang Pangarengan, we call it roundabout. Okay, the next one is underpass. The common underpass in Purwokerto is like underpass Jenderal Sudirman Purwokerto. When there is a street below the other street or below the other roads, okay, we call it underpass. Especially here is the railway. Okay, the underpass is the way for the other transportation. The next one is the flyover. When the road flies over, okay, over the other road, we call it flyover. This is also some important expressions when you want to give or ask for directions. And you may also use the transitions. The transitions here is optional. You may put it between directions. For example, we have go on the Jenderal Sudirman Street. After that, we use after that turn right. For example, on the Dr. Angka Street, then turn left. Next, go on. After that, when you get finally you arrive at blah blah blah. This is transitions. Transitions are optional, you may put it or not. But if your instructions are many or the directions are long, you may use transitions to make the questioner understand well about your explanations. But if your direction is only one or two ways directions, I mean you give only one or two roads, then you don't need to put transitions. It is for more than 3 or 5 directions, you can use transitions to make it clear. And the next one is also estimating time or distance. You may use also questions like how far is it? This is also possible question asked by the questioner if they want to know the distance or the time. How far? Is it far or how long? And you may answer it's not very far. It's about blah 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 minutes, something like that. Okay. Now I want you to practice making the dialogue or simple dialogue of asking and giving directions. You may work in pairs. For example, here we have you are here. If you want to go to some places here or some buildings, you have to ask for directions. For example, we have, excuse me, how can I get to nail salon or nail salon? Okay, go straight on Orange Street until you find the second crossroad. This is the first crossroad, this is the second crossroad. Then turn right on Green Street. Nail salon is between the bakery and the shoe store. It is on your left. Okay, thank you very much. You are welcome. Now, this is the examples or the simple examples of asking and giving directions. Now I want you to practice with your pairs asking and giving directions about the places in this mini map. Thank you very much everyone for coming or for watching this video, and if you have any questions, please write down here in the commenter below. If you like this video, just put like here, and also you may share, subscribe, and do commenter below. Share also the video. Thank you very much and see you in the next video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.